You know, Daniel Dubois' trainer asked you which god do you pray to because he said you cheated in the fight. Does that hurt you? Do you feel anything from him saying that, considering how religious you are?
No, because my God asked me, listen.
Alexander Usyk has just fired back at Daniel Dubois and his team for calling him a cheater in their previous fight. A few weeks back, Daniel Dubois' team confronted Alexander Usyk after their fight, accusing him of cheating over a disputed low blow ruling. Tempers flared and the confrontation escalated into a chaotic brawl. Security intervened as both camps clashed angrily, highlighting the intense controversy surrounding the bout's outcome and the emotional aftermath.
This is your fighter punched me this.
For your reaction.
Stop.
Your reaction.
Yeah, reaction. Listen, you doctor.
You see Shakur, you see Floyd,
No.
we know all the
My
time.
friend,
They
can
I ask
they
you one
stab-
question? Do you mind?
If you
They
wanna,
stab the belt always.
If you
The
wanna,
belt
if you
always.
wanna,
Give opportunity
if
to
you
us.
want,
Yeah.
after fight we go to center of London.
Yeah.
Your team for people, my team for people, and make them.
I would love that. Trust me, bro. Listen, boxing is boxing.
Yeah.
In life, I will pull your eyeballs out of your head.
Okay.
Your tongue will be out hanging out
Yeah,
your mouth.
yeah.
Forget it. So
Okay.
stick to boxing. Boxing.
On the other hand, Daniel Dubois considers it an amazing opportunity to face Alexander Usyk again and take a shot at redemption. Despite past controversy, Dubois remains determined and focused, viewing a rematch as his chance to prove himself, settle the score, and show the world he belongs at the top level.
That'll be boxing completed. I can't wait. Everything we've been building towards, my whole career's been building toward this moment, so it's massive for me. I want to go down in history, win all the belts, and
However, Alexander Usyk has kicked off his training camp ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Daniel Dubois. Focused and disciplined, Usyk is preparing intensely to defend his reputation and titles. With elite coaches and a rigorous regime, the Ukrainian champion aims to silence doubters and deliver a decisive performance. Moreover, Daniel Dubois praised his opponent as a top-level operator, acknowledging his impressive record and skill. He admitted that everyone at this level is elite, but emphasized his own determination to stay focused and bring his best. Confident in his abilities, Dubois vowed to get it right and do the business.
I think he's the best boxer. I think his record shows that he's top level guy, isn't he? Top level operator. You know, can't take nothing away from him. But yeah, at this level they're all good. So I just need to be on my A game and focus, get right, and I'll go through him. I'll do the business.
Dubois made it clear that he's always fired up for a fight, regardless of the opponent. With high stakes on the line this time, he's even more motivated to secure victory. His goal is simple: defy expectations, cause another major upset, and shock the world, just like he's done before.
Yeah, there's always fire in me. I'm always fired up for every fight I fight. So if it was, no matter who I face, with the odds on the line, I'm gonna be extra fired up to win this one and come away with a victory, and you know, just upset the plans again like we did with the AJ fight. Just what shocked the world.
In response to cheating accusations from Daniel Dubois' trainer, Alexander Usyk remained composed and unfazed. Drawing strength from his deep faith, Usyk said he doesn't dwell on such comments, trusting that hardships come with standing for his beliefs. He focuses instead on maintaining peace, patience, and a clear heart.
You know, Daniel Dubois' trainer asked you which god do you pray to because he said you cheated in the fight. Does that hurt you? Do you feel anything from him saying that, considering how religious you are?
No, because my God asked me, listen.
He's saying that God has this saying of, for my name, you're gonna be bullied, you're gonna be put through a lot of tension, but you just have to stick to the peace. He is asking a lot of times, he is asking God to give him patience, to give him clear mind and heart, just to overpass all these difficulties that come in his way. He doesn't pay attention too much to them, and he just keeps believing in the only God.
However, reflecting on the controversial low blow incident, Daniel Dubois admitted that Usyk wasn't faking it as he was genuinely in pain. Dubois acknowledged the impact of such a shot, saying anyone who's taken one would understand. However, he emphasized that the upcoming fight is different. This time, he needs to win.
He wasn't faking it, he was in pain, so he couldn't really fake it. He was in pain, and if you ever taken one of them shots before, you'd understand, but he was in pain and he couldn't get up. I need to win now. I need to win. The difference between that fight and this, I need to win.
Dubois expressed that he's grown significantly over his last 3 fights, showing he's now a different fighter as he's more confident and trusting in his own abilities. He believes in the progress he's made and feels fully prepared for the challenge ahead, declaring that he's ready for whatever comes his way.
I think so. I think I've shown that in my last 3 fights that I'm totally different. I'm more confident, believe myself more and whatever. But yeah, ready for it.
When asked how he sees the fight going, Dubois kept it simple and focused. A win. Whether by knockout or on points, he isn't chasing a specific outcome, just the victory. He called it his golden ticket and made it clear that all he's aiming for is to get his hand raised.
A win.
A win?
Just a win.
And you're not looking for a knockout?
Knockout points, whatever happens, a win. That's my golden ticket. That's my prediction, a win. That's all.
Moreover, Joseph Parker weighed in on the upcoming rematch, acknowledging that Daniel Dubois is a different fighter now compared to their first encounter. He praised Dubois' growth and admitted that he has become a more dangerous opponent. Parker emphasized that the purpose of the rematch is to find out whether Dubois can truly overcome the past, especially the stoppage from a jab and the controversy around the body shot. While Parker agrees with those who believe the shot was a low blow, he also recognizes that many argue it was legal. Ultimately, he sees this fight as the moment that will prove whether that ending was a fluke or a display of Usyk's mastery.
Who do you see as the more dangerous opponent though? Usyk or Dubois?
I believe Usyk. I believe Usyk is a great fighter. Dubois is a changed fighter from his first fight. But then this is why we had the rematch, to see whether Dubois can overcome what he got stopped with a jab. And he did. A lot of people were also questioning the body shot. I think it was a low blow.
Me too.
And it was below the belt, but a lot of people were saying it was a legal shot. So this is going to determine, whether it was a fluke, that shot, or whether Usyk was just a master.
Kevin Lena shared his thoughts on the first fight, stating that he does not believe the controversial blow was a low blow, nor does he consider it a legal shot. He acknowledged that the punch definitely hurt Usyk. Lena praised Daniel Dubois as a powerful and fierce puncher, also noting that many underestimate his boxing intelligence. Since changing trainers, Dubois has gained significant confidence, and Lena is excited to see how the second fight will unfold.
Look, the first fight, I think, was it a low blow? My answer is no. Was it a legal blow? My answer is also no. So it definitely hurt Alexander. Daniel can punch. He's a terrific, fierce puncher. I think he's also, people underestimate his boxing ability. He's got IQ and he's got a terrific jab. And I think since he's changed trainers, we've seen not to say Shane McQueen is not a good trainer because I rate him highly, but I think sometimes a change is good for anybody. And Daniel's really come on with confidence. So I'm excited to see the outcome of the second fight.
At the same time, Lena described Usyk as a mastermind and one of the most technically sound boxers of this era, despite being the smaller man. He reminded that even Usyk is human and can be hurt by one punch, as has happened before. While Lena declined to predict the outcome, he emphasized that the fight is up to the fighters themselves, wishing that the best man wins.
Having said that, Alexander Usyk's a mastermind. He's probably technically one of the soundest boxers of our era in terms of technical skill set, being the smaller man. But it takes one punch to turn a fight around, and we've seen Usyk been hurt before. We're all human, we're all mere mortals. So how it's gonna go, I don't know. I'm not one to predict. It's not my fight. That's up to them to predict between the both of them. And yeah, may the best man win.
Dave Allen openly supports Daniel Dubois in the upcoming rematch, explaining that it's largely a matter of timing. While he has a good personal relationship with Usyk and respects him, Allen believes Usyk is nearing 40 and doesn't truly belong in the heavyweight division anymore. He feels Usyk could still compete at cruiserweight, but not at the highest heavyweight level. Meanwhile, Allen sees Dubois improving with every fight and thinks this is the perfect moment for him to capitalize and secure a victory.
Who are you calling for?
You know what? I've been calling for Dubois to win. I think Dubois...
is that because you think he can win, or is it because you want him to win?
I think, no, you know, I was under Usyk and I got on really well. He gave me his jacket once. He gave me a coat. It was nice. It was nice of me. So
might ask for that back.
No, I gave it my dad. My dad won't give me it back. I think he's going to sell it soon. I just think it's about timing, really. Alexander Usyk, nearing 40. He's not physically... He's not a heavyweight. I don't think he's a heavyweight at all. I think he's still...
Despite beating legitimate heavyweights like Tyson Fury,
yeah,
who are real
I don't think he's a heavy... I really don't. I think he could do cruiserweight still now. I just think it's the timing. Daniel Dubois is getting better and better all the time. And I just think this is the right time for Daniel Dubois to beat Usyk.
Tony Bellow expressed skepticism about Daniel Dubois beating Alexander Usyk, pointing to Usyk's undefeated record and his victories over top fighters, including those with similar or greater power than Dubois, like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. While acknowledging Dubois' punching power makes anything possible, Bellow believes an upset would be highly unlikely and a major shock.
Daniel Dubois has shown us no evidence of why he can beat Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
You know, this man's undefeated. He's beaten everyone and anyone. He's beaten punches of the Dubois kind of quality in AJ. He's beaten people who are bigger than Dubois in the likes of Fury.
It would be a huge shock.
It would be a huge shock.
If he did, though, we might even see Tyson Fury coming out of retirement to
listen,
fight
I'm not saying it's impossible, because nothing's impossible. When you can punch like Daniel Dubois can punch, nothing is impossible.
No doubt.
But it's for me, it's very unlikely.
Chris Eubank Jr. believes Daniel Dubois is on a strong run, especially after his impressive win over Anthony Joshua. He also notes that Alexander Usyk carries plenty of confidence and momentum. For Eubank, the fight will ultimately come down to who wants it more and who can maintain mental toughness under pressure.
I think Daniel Dubois, he's on a roll. He's coming off of a massive win against AJ. Usyk's also on a massive roll, so I think that fight's going to come down to mindset.
Carl Frampton called the fight a great matchup, recognizing that Dubois is a more dangerous and improved fighter compared to their first meeting. While disappointed with how the initial fight ended, Frampton believes Dubois has a real chance this time. However, having supported Usyk before, particularly against Tyson Fury, Frampton warns not to underestimate Usyk's genius. He adapts mid-fight without a fixed game plan. Despite Dubois' growth, Frampton expects Usyk to come out on top.
Really, really good fight. Dubois is a better fighter now than he was in the first fight, and he looked okay for periods in the first fight. Disappointed with how it ended as well, but Crawford, flip me, talking with the wrong fighters again. Dubois is certainly a much more dangerous fighter than he was, so he does have a chance to win the fight. But in saying that, I've backed against Usyk a couple of times, and specifically the Fury fights. I don't think I'm ever going to back against him again. I think the guy's a genius and he just finds a way. I don't even think he was in the fights with a game plan. He figures people out as the fight goes on. And yeah, Daniel has a better chance, but don't back against Usyk. I think Usyk wins the fight.
Simon Jordan believes it's Daniel Dubois' time to shine and emphasizes that his view is fair and unbiased. He calls Dubois a ferocious beast who deserves all the praise he's receiving and admires how Dubois carried himself into Wembley like a true gladiator. Jordan appreciates Dubois' growth both as a fighter and a person, noting his increased confidence and improved media handling. Looking ahead to the July 19th fight, Jordan expects a brilliant event and insists Dubois must win inside the distance, as a points victory seems unlikely.
I said it to Alexander Usyk, and there's no favoritism here. I think it's Daniel Dubois' time. I think he's a ferocious beast. Yeah, absolutely. and I think he deserves all the plaudits. I think what walked into Wembley Stadium was an absolute gladiator, and I'm thrilled for him that he's coming out of himself, growing as a man, becoming more worldly and able to communicate with the media, and I think it's going to be a fabulous fight. Do
you believe that he can get it done inside the distance?
I think he has to get done inside the distance.
Yeah. You don't think he can win on points?
I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
think it's unlikely. But whatever, July 19th, brilliant fight.
On the other hand, Duke McKenzie thinks that if Dubois and Alexander Usyk meet again, Dubois will lose once more. He believes Usyk would outbox him again and even suggests Dubois could be stopped. McKenzie compares Usyk to the Premier League level, while Dubois and others are still in the first division. Though he respects Dubois and acknowledges his progress, McKenzie doesn't see him beating Usyk, but remains confident Dubois can conquer everyone else in the heavyweight division.
Just tell me, head on the block now, does Dubois do it second time against Usyk? He gets outboxed, yeah?
He gets outboxed again.
Does he get stopped?
Quite potentially, sure. Nobody's beaten Alexander Usyk. You know, I don't want to make it sound too cliche, but for me, where heavyweight boxing is concerned, he's head and shoulders. He's Premier League and everybody else's first division. As much as I like Dubois, and Dubois is improving all the time, still not got what it takes in my eyes to beat Usyk.
And finally,
beats everyone else, though.
Don Charles revealed that he and Daniel Dubois have worked closely for 24 months, starting with an intense 14-month training camp before their first fight. He highlighted Dubois' significant development during this period, including becoming a world champion and beating top-tier opponents. Charles sees their progress as part of a greater divine plan. He also questioned Alexander Usyk's faith, suggesting that if Usyk truly follows God, then dishonesty in God's name would be a serious sin.
Well, we've been together now for 24 months. We did, that first fight was 14 months camp, and new fighter, new trainer, relationship. Now, 24 months later, can you imagine? And you've seen what he's done in between that time, from the Usyk fight to now, what he's gone and done, and become a world champion, and the personnel he has beaten on the way. That suggests to how far he's come. And we're going to top it up by, this is all meant to be, this has all been written by God. The God that I worship. I questioned Usyk about his religious beliefs, because if you're a godly person like he prides himself at, how can you lie behind in the name of God? That's a sin, a big sin.
Frank Warren expressed great excitement and confidence about the upcoming fight, noting that both fighters have powerful knockouts and have already faced each other in the ring. While he respects Usyk as a strong opponent who has defeated every British fighter he's faced, Warren believes Usyk has vulnerabilities that were nearly exposed in their first fight. He's convinced Dubois knows exactly what he must do to succeed in the rematch. Warren sees the bout as potentially historic, especially with all the belts at stake. With 48 years of experience managing British heavyweight champions, he believes if Dubois wins and unifies all 4 titles, it would be a truly remarkable achievement.
So it's a very, very special night. Obviously, Alexander Usyk, quite a different stylistic proposition than Anthony Joshua. It is, but they know each other. They've been in the ring together. They shared a ring together. I know he can hurt him. I know that Usyk, who I've got great admiration for. He's beaten every British fighter that he's been in with. But I believe that he has weaknesses, and it was nearly exploited in that first fight. I mean, that's the punch I always felt would give him problems. So Daniel knows what he's got to do in this next fight, and it's going to be a great fight. And as I said, it's historical because of the belts and so forth. And if he comes through that, how bad is that, you know? 48 years I've been doing this now. I mean, for him to come through and do that, heavyweight champion, and I've looked after a few British heavyweight world champions, but I think that would be something special. You know, the first guy to hold the 4 belts, that's historic.
Carl Froch reflected on the first fight held in Germany, noting how much Daniel Dubois has improved, especially after his big win over Anthony Joshua. He believes Dubois now has a better chance and could even shock the world. Drawing from his own experience retiring near 38, Froch emphasized the importance of proper preparation and nutrition, highlighting how challenging making weight can be for fighters who do so.
Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk, undisputed. It's been confirmed now for July 19th at Wembley Stadium. Can Dubois shock the world? Can he do what he couldn't do last time? You know, he gave it a good go when they fought in, what was it, Germany, the first match, wasn't it? And he'll come on leaps and bounds since then, as we saw against Anthony Joshua. So you've got to give him a chance, better chance than last time.
Can he shock the world in a word? Yes, he can, because Usyk's 30, is he 38?
38, I think, yeah.
So I've been 38, it was 9 years ago, but I know how it feels. I retired at 36. I was nearly 37. I was a month away from my 37th birthday when I chinned Groves at Wembley in front of 80,000 fans and went on to become an International Boxing Hall of Famer. You know, that was 11 years ago. And it was hard for me, and I did the weight easy, really. I say easy because I'm not lying around in spacesuits trying to take weight off. I'm actually eating all week, and I'm doing it properly, professionally, like most of all the Hall of Famers, world champs. They do it correct. Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. They don't struggle at weight. They get down to the weight. They do it properly. They get in the ring. On point.
Although Alexander Usyk does not have to worry about weight cuts as a heavyweight, Froch pointed out that Usyk's age is starting to affect his joints and bones. He mentioned the toll from tough fights, including those against Tyson Fury. In contrast, Dubois is younger and fresher, and since their first close fight when Dubois was unsure, he has gained confidence and momentum. Froch sees this rematch as an exciting fight that Dubois can win, even suggesting Usyk should consider retirement after his battles with Fury, feeling he has already achieved enough.
I just think that Usyk, at 38 years old, although he's not got the issue with weight because it's heavyweight, you can weigh what you want.
True.
He's still got a mind that's slowing down. He's still got reflexes that are diminishing. He's still got old joints and old bones.
Yeah,
he's got
Tyson Fury fights.
Hundreds of fights in the amateurs.
Yeah, taking it out of him.
And Dubois young and fresh. And the first fight was quite close when Dubois was unsure of himself.
Yeah.
And Dubois gone and flattened AJ. Had a couple of fights with Gerald Miller. He's looked good against Hrgovic. You've got to say that Dubois now is a different machine.
Self-confidence will be...
And time waits for no man, as the saying goes. I just think that this is a fight that's exciting. It's a good fight. You've got to make Usyk the favourite, but it's a fight that Daniel Dubois can definitely win. I don't think Usyk should keep fighting. I said, remember last fight with Tyson, I said once you beat Tyson, retire, that's it, you're done. He made fucking 100
What are you saying, 60-40 in favour of Usyk?
However, the Daniel Dubois versus Alexander Usyk rematch promises to be one of the most thrilling heavyweight showdowns of the year, with Dubois showing significant growth and confidence since their first meeting, and Usyk bringing his unparalleled skill and experience. The fight is set to captivate fans worldwide. Both fighters have much at stake, from pride to prestigious titles, making every moment inside the ring intense and unpredictable. Whether Dubois can overcome Usyk's technical mastery, or Usyk can prove his dominance once again, this rematch will undoubtedly leave a lasting mark on boxing history. Fans eagerly await the epic clash. So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and also make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.